Hello, everybody. Welcome to Peachy podcast, a podcast where we're going to explore various different characters amongst different industries across the board. So today we've got our first guest, a fellow personal trainer, if you like, James Fallows. Known him since school, and he's here to talk about his pathway to personal training. And then we're also going to sort of chew the fat over different dietary sort of things that we go across and things like that. Dietary things we go across. I'm sure that'll get better as we go along. So welcome, James. Before we get started, let's start with our first question. Ideal night in, meal, TV viewing and drink.
Ideal night in. So, mate, ideal night in, it's got to be Texas, all the meat feast, barbecue meat feast from Papa John's, mate. That is the one. Trust me. So every Tuesday, Takeaway Tuesday. I'm not sure if I've told you about this before. Takeaway Tuesday, mate. I find as well, having that little bit during the week as well on a Tuesday kind of breaks up my week for me as well. So ideal night in. Barbecue meat feast. Ideal film. This is going to be a hard one for me because I don't watch too much TV. So normally at home when I'm not working, watching YouTube because I love the way people put their own content together and stuff like that. But this might make me sound a little bit nerdy. I'm a sucker for the Lord of the Rings trilogy, mate. You can't beat it, mate. You can't beat. Is it? Yeah. Have you ever watched it?
I've watched one film. I think it was the last one. I believe it was the Battle of the Orcs, Hobbits, and all that sort of stuff. I don't know what the film that like title's called.
You've got to get into it. You've got to get into it.
I quote a lot of things from it as well. I love what's his name, Gollum as well.
Yeah.
I love that guy. That guy's decent.
My ideal drink is probably 12 cans of Stella. No, I'm joking.
Does it come with a free tank top?
It's a good thing I'm wearing this right now, mate, because you don't want to see what's under.
Got one of those wife beaters on it now.
Mate,
the tank top, just to clarify for any viewers, all right? It's no sort of like joke towards domestic stuff, all right?
But yeah, my ideal drink, if I'm getting a takeaway, it's got to be a Diet Coke, mate. Pretty simple. Either that or tea, coffee. Really big on the coffees, mate. So yeah.
Proper Brit then, isn't it, with the tea?
Yeah.
Shout out green tea. I've got one of those at the moment to keep myself fueled and going, and keep my waffle going as well.
What about you, mate? What about you? What about your ideal night?
Dominoes. Always Dominoes, mate. I love a piece of the action. I'm a standard sort of cheesy kind of guy, as you probably know from my humour. So I tend to have a pepperoni pizza, and I just have barbecue base and a standard, very much standard, stuffed crust as well. The drink I have now, I used to, like back in the uni days, because I used to love a pizza. I mean, I used to love food, full stop. I still do. I'm pretty much a fridge freezer. But I used to actually have like, Diet Coke to go with that. But I noticed whenever I woke up in the morning, I was so dehydrated, it felt like I'd been on a rough night out. So I've switched that up for just juice now.
Nice, mate. Standard, simple as well. Why Domino's over Papa John's? What's going on with that?
Mate, do you know what it is? I'm mainstream. I'm too mainstream. This YouTube thing's going to my head, I think. You know what I mean? I'm just going completely mainstream. You see me rocking some Gucci sliders next. And some fake Ray-Bans. I've got some fake Ray-Bans, to be fair, but they're not in one piece. I'll bring them on the next time.
Mate, I want to see them on next time, definitely.
Yeah. And the movie I'd watch, 50 Shades of Grey. Nah. 28 Days Later, I think. That film both freaks me out because it's quite realistic. It's close to home. And also because, when I'm eating my pizza, I feel less animalistic when I'm watching the film, and it's pretty much the same action, So it's pretty much that. So the next question, I guess, to keep it relevant, is pathway to PT. So why you became a PT, and then on top of that, your own fitness journey.
Cool. So pathway to PT. So obviously we went to school together, always doing sports in school, whether that be, I don't know, in the PE lessons at lunchtime or just in my own free time, always doing some sort of sport. So got into first year of A-levels. And do you remember Mr. Falkard?
I do, yeah. Shout out Falkard.
Yeah, mate, he's proper lad. He spoke to me, mate, and he was like, "Oh, so you told me you're interested in working in the gym, being a PT and stuff like that." He set me up on my level 2 course. So whilst I was in my first year of A-levels, he got me on that. was a 2-week intensive course. Mate, I'm not going to lie, beforehand, I was shitting it as well because I didn't know what to expect. You can swear on here, can't you?
It's fine.
Nice.
Some of the language I use is unbelievable. I even caution some of the stuff I put out, so it's all good.
You just bleep it anyway. But so it was 2 weeks intensive course. And then soon after that, I went straight on to get my level 3 as well. So I didn't do my last year of A-levels, didn't actually complete the whole year. Because I had in my head, I'm like, I want to be a PT, I want to work in a gym, I don't have to worry about applying for uni and all this. I was kind of set on what I wanted to do. And then I started working in my first gym just before I was 18. So I was quite young, 26 now. So I've been in the game for about 8 years already. And so with that gym, it was a personal training based gym. You go in there, so you pay like a monthly fee. You don't pay every session. You don't just pay one PT. You can have a different trainer every single time you go in there. But you walk in there, maybe there's 3-4 PTs on the gym floor. You go in there and then they will take you, they will train you. You might train with someone, you might train with your family, they might just train you by yourself. They'll always ask you what your goals are, so what you want to train, what you want to focus on, then they will structure that around you. And what I loved about it was the fact just going in there and meeting like-minded people. I actually started working in this gym as soon as I was qualified. Just meeting like-minded people in the gym. So you could be training someone on one side of the gym. So this is when I was working there. And there could be another trainer training someone else. You might not even know on the other side of the gym, but you're having banter across the room to each other. You're getting people talking. So definitely like-minded people, meeting them, which makes it a hell of a lot easier. And another big reason why I got into it was mental health side of reasons. And I'm actually really happy people are starting to come out more and talk about the mental health side of not just training, but loads of things in life as well. And I do appreciate quite a few people might be struggling at the moment as well. But this is why health and fitness is such a great thing to get into, not to just make you look good, but just for a little bit of structure, routine in your life. And you're never going to regret doing that at all. So I saw it as my kind of escape. So when I would go in and train myself or someone would train me, it'd be my escape for an hour from reality. So I didn't have to think of all the other things going on. And I felt like that's where my confidence really come out. So when I was going through it quite bad, I was very different on the outside than when I was in the gym floor. Now, I'm not saying I'm just trying to pretend to be someone else, but it was like a comfort thing for me. When I went into the gym, I felt on top of the world. I loved helping people. I felt like it was almost like a stage, if you want to say so. You kind of got to perform, but no way was I being fake with that as well. So getting into health and fitness has been a big part of my life as well. Definitely.
100%, yeah. And it's like you're saying, when you're working alongside like-minded people, my missus loves this word because I always pronounce it wrong. It's the energy is infectious, isn't it? So like if you're in a room full of people that are motivated, positive, confident, it does rub off on yourself, doesn't it? And likewise, if you're in a room full of people who perhaps can't be bothered, like that energy does rub off as well, sort of thing. I think that's one of the huge things about our role in sort of as a job and just in life in general is obviously our role is not just to train people, beat people, torture people, if you like medieval sort of times, but also because we're there to sort of provide that support and positivity to branch that energy on to the rest of their day or the rest of the week. And I think you're spot on there with the energy levels. It's fantastic. And it's definite. And I think the other thing as well to add on to is personas as PTs. I think I know for a fact, obviously, in many stints in my sort of PT career, there's been times I've had to conceal certain things because obviously you don't take your sort of other things to sort of work in that. And I fully understand that there is a little bit of emotion you do have to conceal within the role itself to keep yourself upright and positive and such. And I think the more you get into the role, especially for myself on this YouTube platform, the more comfortable your own skin you become and the more comfortable you are to sort of like peel away the layers and sort of unveil the core. I think that's so important, important, especially as a PT.
Yeah, 100%.
So your training, how's it going at the moment? What's the goals and the plans?
So training's going well at the moment. It's actually more of like a deload/rest week for me. Partly because I'm putting my time and attention into my clients at the moment, but I have really just been smashing training. So it's always a good idea to have some time off or just slow it down a little bit as well. I wouldn't say necessarily, I don't have any major goals at the moment. It's to kind of just gradually just to keep on progressing with my weight training. Yeah, if I could think, no, my training's going really well. I mean, most weeks I'm training 6 days a week as well. I like to do a push-pull leg split, and I'm really big on the old strength and weight training. So I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with HIIT training, cardio training, but for me, that's what I get a kick out of. That's what I like, just putting the music on, blasting it up full volume, going into your own little world for an hour. And like I said already, that can make a huge, huge difference. So I'm just fortunate enough to have access to this private studio where I train my clients, because obviously gyms are closed at the moment. So I see a lot of on your Instagram, your YouTube, you're doing a lot of your sessions outside. Whereas with me, I'm still able to come up here. I mean, there's a squat rack there. We've got weights here as well. So my structure hasn't changed too much recently. But yeah, mate, obviously just enjoying, I'm loving the training at the moment.
Oh, definitely. Do you do a lot of training outside, or is it sort of varied?
It does vary. It does vary. Recently, I'm going to have to say I haven't done any training outside. But it's definitely something I do get a kick out of. Obviously, I'm training my clients outside here at the studio. So not up here, outside. We've got equipment outside. I can take other bits of equipment outside. All socially distanced and obviously cleansed as well. Sometimes I'll join in with their sessions as well, especially if I can see they come in, they've had a long day, they're looking a bit down, they need that extra motivation. If I'm telling them, right, we've got 30 seconds of push-ups, I'll jump on the floor with them. Sometimes it can turn into a competition. That's just naturally what happens. It's friendly competition, but it's going to boost the mood of the session a little bit. It's going to get them a bit more involved in it as well. So yeah, little bits of training here and there. But nothing like your 10K runs or anything that you're doing.
Oh yeah, no, I do love a good run. I find it therapeutic, and it sort of takes me away. It's like it's funny enough as well. I started to get to the point now. I'm pushing myself outside my comfort zone. So as I'm getting fitter, I'm pushing myself beyond sort of means, if you like. So for example, at the last sort of kilometre, I then start to sort of like push my legs a little bit more. My stride length gets a bit more increased. My heart rate certainly goes through the blooming roof, that's for sure. And the chances of me slipping over also increase as well. So I'll probably tighten up a bit. Have you ever seen, like Wallace and Gromit? I think there's a scene where Wallace gets like caught up in a pair of electrical trousers, and I think like a chicken or something's controlling it, and like it won't stop him from running or something like that. So he's not controlling his legs. Well, as mad as it sounds, that's the mindset I go through for that last kilometre. I almost imagine I can't control going fast, if that makes sense. Obviously, within reason, I'm not going to run out in traffic and stuff. But yeah, I have to admit, especially since this lockdown, and obviously since where I sort of left one gym and moved on to my own sort of thing, green space exercise, like exercising amongst nature, has really sort of brought out a good side to me, and it sort of makes things a lot better for me mentally, because even once I finish my session of pull-ups or even run, I'll go for a little bit of a walk around the countryside, because obviously it's a stone's throw to where I live. And that's been major, like in terms of mental health in particular as well. I mean, this lockdown, amongst all the other lockdowns, I've lost count now. I mean, no, I'm not a counter anyway. That's why I'm a PT. Like, I've definitely noticed a better sort of like understanding of lockdown in the respect of I'm not in a rush to get back to things. Well, I am, but I'm not in sort of like a point where it's overcoming my sort of my mental sort of stability and such. So it's been brilliant. It's been really, really good. It's a bit cold. I train a few clients outside, and they do get a bit chilly, but it's nice that we warm up gradually. It's taught me to become quite versatile in my sort of field, and I do love that. I really do. It's really good.
When I've trained my clients, when I'm training my clients outside now, they'll come in first 5 minutes, oh, it's freezing, they're standing there shivering. At the end of it, so many of them have gone to me, I think I prefer training outside.
Really?
Yeah, you get a great buzz off of it as well. Whether you train inside, outside, you're gonna get a buzz. But I mean, like you're saying, training outside could definitely do you the world of good. And what I like about your YouTube and what your Instagram page is as well is that you're showing people that you don't need access to a gym. You don't need to be inside. You can use your body weight. You can use other pieces of equipment you might not even think about to train yourself to get a good session in. So yeah, mate, big up on that one. Rate that one.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I think the one thing I rate massively about gyms, or let's just say group classes in general, you walk in there. I mean, when I was young, I used to walk in there with this mindset of I hate absolutely everybody. I mean, I still do. But like, you walk in there and you'd almost feel like you're in competition with someone, and there was obviously a little bit of insecurity there. But then obviously, as the years have gone on, training amongst bodybuilders, powerlifters, boxers, anyone in sort of martial arts or combat sports, because they're all in the same sort of four walls. The energy you get off that is absolutely incredible. And like, if you give anyone a time of day in the gym, 9 times out of 10, they're solid people, because obviously everyone wants to sort of improve, and it's the power of self-improvement, isn't it? If you're improving and you're amongst people that are doing such the same thing, it brings everyone together. And I think that's one thing I definitely miss about the gym sort of vibe.
Yeah, definitely.
So next bit, my favourite bit, diet fads. So keto, slim fast, especially the shakes. What do you reckon on that then?
Mate, a load of bullshit, I tell you that. So, mate, it does really frustrate me, because our job as coaches, as PTs as well, we try to teach our clients that, we try and teach them sustainable ways of changing your life, kind of thing. So changing daily habits, incorporating daily habits, and it's not just a quick fix. It's not just like a 2-week thing. It literally become your whole life. So with all these fad diets and bullshit like that, they're basically there to take people's money. So the seller makes it so confusing. People are thinking, oh, wow, this guy knows a lot. He's saying something that this person's not saying, and they buy into that as well. I'm telling you now, people selling these products or promoting these kind of diets do not care about your general health and well-being. No, exactly. All to line their pockets and take your own money. Which, mate, it really does get to me, to be fair. So with especially things like keto diet as well, if it works for you, then it works for you. But all these kind of fad diets, keto diets and stuff like that, you're basically just putting yourself into a calorie deficit. We all know that is the key to losing fat and losing weight. And these can work really fast, because if you remove any kind of food group from your diet, you're going to lose weight. You're going to be consuming less calories. And most of the time, this is water weight, because these calorie deficits are so aggressive. They're so large. It could be up to over 1,000 calories under what you should be consuming. The weight's going to fly off you. But then what it is, it's not sustainable. Yeah. So you finish this, you do it for a couple of weeks or however long you do it. And then as soon as you get back to your regular diet, if you haven't been taught healthy eating habits or patterns and stuff like that, you go back to what you were doing before, and you're back to square one. But the person's already ran off with your money, and then
Oh, so it's like snake oil salesman, isn't it? That sort of stuff. Selling you sort of a dream. And as you say, it does definitely work. And I always find, especially through my own sort of weight loss journey, the quicker you lose the weight, the quicker you can put it back on. It's always got to be a gradual process, isn't it? I mean, I remember when I went from 97 kilos to 74 kilos, and my final sort of cut, if you like, bro science and all that, just before my holiday, obviously, I lost about 3 to 4 kilos, but actually in body fat, I probably put on about 0.5, because I was literally just starving myself. Then I went on holiday, all inclusive, standard, loved it. 3-4 meals a day, and ended up putting on a stone after I come back. And that was only in 10 days. So it was so quick to lose it, but then it sort of put back on. And it's the same with keto in it, and your sort of stomach gets a bit sort of scrolling around and that, because it's almost like, well, what's all this stuff going in, And another thing, slim fast. I've got friends who follow slim fast. It does work, it benefits them, but again, it's that quick plug it.
It's the drop in calories. Well, you're going to lose weight no matter what. It wouldn't be healthy, but if you ate one double cheeseburger every single day from McDonald's, what's in a double cheeseburger? I don't know. Let's say 500 calories, for instance. You're eating 500 calories a day. You're going to lose weight. And then there's people coming out with the McDonald's diet and all bullshit like this. I'm not saying go out and do that, by the way, guys, because it's not healthy for you.
No.
Not do that. But yeah, mate, it really kind of winds me up. But this is why I'm so happy there's other PTs and influencers in the industry like James Smith, Darren Carter. Oh, mate, they're great because they call people out on all this bullshit, especially other influencers as well. So influencers with massive followings on their Instagram. These guys are not even qualified. They don't deserve to talk about health, diet, fitness, and all of that. And they're just promoting all these bullshit products and then teaching young girls, young kids the wrong things basically as well. I think I saw a couple of weeks ago, it was Lauren Goodger. So she was on the Only Way is Essex a few years ago.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so #1 show, obviously. And so, mate, yeah, so she's promoting this product that she was consuming. Next day, she comes out saying she's pregnant. And loads of people called her out because she's promoting this fat and weight loss product that now she's admitted she doesn't even use. And then she's coming out saying she's pregnant. Like, oh, mate, it's so frustrating. So it's one thing. I'm going to do a video on my own Instagram about it, I reckon, next week, just to explain it a little bit more and talk about it. So
that's fantastic. Yeah. It's getting the right sort of things out there because, as you say, James Smith was the Darren Cartel.
Darren Cartel, mate.
They're both connected, aren't they?
Yeah.
I've seen him. It's fantastic.
It's more, mate, they know what they're talking about, but it's the energy they bring to every single day, every single one of their posts, mate. I definitely recommend checking them out. Yeah.
I love James Smith. I read his last book. Fantastic. Yeah, because going on to, I think that's the thing as well. I think with social media, and obviously you've got these influencers. I mean, anyone who gets into a conversation with me about certain influencers, it drives me out the wall. Hence why I'm probably thinning around the ends of my hair because I'm tearing it out all the time talking to people about it. Mate, but that's the thing. It promotes body dysmorphia as well. You know, sort of like anorexia, muscle bigorexia they call it. And when I've been through certain situations myself, or certain parts of my life, I've been through stuff like that. And it does stem down to the fact that you've got these people telling you to do this, that, and the other, and the way they look is a completely different story to the one they're telling. And it's so scary. And as you say, with the lady that, you know, doing the keto diet and promoting all that, you know, obviously, if you're in a calorie deficit to that extent, you know, it can cause amenorrhea, you know, like loss of menstruation, osteoporosis and things like that. All things that are going to counteract your training and actually probably, you know, cause you to have an injury and a mental breakdown probably at that as well. And I think it's so dangerous, social media nowadays. It really is, especially in the industry.
People have thousands of followers and they're like, right, I'll jump on what they're doing. And you've got so many other accounts going around on there, far less followers, but are so much more knowledgeable, but they don't even get a look in because it is all about the social media side of things nowadays, which is very annoying. But what can you do?
It's the mindset of the average person, isn't it? It's that sort of, it's like the old saying, get rich quick. It's now get fit quick, isn't it? And it's a lot. If you put that in a hashtag, a lot of people jump on you and be like, oh, that's brilliant, it's brilliant, it's brilliant, because people really want to sort of, like, they love the idea that you can, you know, get a six-pack within 6 weeks, like the old Mike Chang six-pack shortcuts videos and that. And it is just all an illusion. And I think that's one thing, especially I want my viewers to know, is that, you know, the more gradual change, the better. And it's more better for your mindset. You know what I mean? You're slowly getting into things, but you're still enjoying your life. You're still having your cake at the weekend or takeaway Tuesday, as you say. And it's about enjoying the journey, not just looking at the destination. And I think a lot of people get caught up in that too much.
Mate, fall in love with the process,
The last bit to close the podcast is, you as a PT, you've had your journey. I've certainly had mine, and many stories will come out, I'm sure, in the next coming podcasts as well in relation to that. What's your advice to new PTs?
New PTs. So looking back at myself when I first started out, just working in gyms as a standard gym instructor too, is to not get disheartened if people overlook you, especially if you start it at a young age as well. Just keep on doing what you're doing. You kind of got to be ruthless in the PT game because it is it's pretty competitive. But the main thing is go out with a goal, set yourself a goal, do it for yourself as well. Don't worry about what other people think of you. Don't worry about what other people say, because whether you like it or not, people are going to do that on a regular basis. Take yourself seriously, back yourself straight away as soon as you get into the gym. Go around to people, go, oh, can I offer you a free half hour? Show them that you're committed and you're motivated to helping change their lives as well. Obviously, don't bullshit someone with all like what we just spoke about with the quick fix stuff like that. But starting off in the gym, especially as a new PT, you do automatically compare yourself to someone. If you see a PT over there and you're like, oh shit, he's been here for 15 hours a day, he's got so many clients, I'm never going to be able to do that. Don't worry about what he's doing. Put all the time and energy into yourself as well, and really focus on yourself. Yeah, talk to as many people as you can, engage with as many people as you can. So certain age ranges as well. So I've got clients in their 60s, I've got clients in their 20s. They fit between those two brackets as well. You've got to be approachable. You've got to learn how to engage with these different age ranges as well. So yeah, my advice would be to literally back yourself big time. Show them that you want it, basically, that you're confident enough that you're gonna, you want it. And yeah, I think I've said everything.
No, that's cool. Yeah, no, exactly. I'd say definitely the open mind, of training sort of different age groups. The one thing I'd definitely add on to that as well is don't underestimate a client. I mean, I've had clients as well as the same as yourself that vary from early 20s to sort of over 60s. And I mean, I remember training a bloke in his and my friend still trains him now, and he's just like he's like what's that film? People are gonna hate me for this. Schwarzenegger. He's in that film, isn't he? Terminator.
That's it.
He's like Terminator. Like, he's unbelievable. I've taken for boxer size classes. Even when I first started in my last stint, he was out punching me. He was doing me in. He was absolutely brilliant. Obviously, it was just pads. It wasn't anything like that. But he was still like, he's got a strong punch. He can do 14 pull-ups. And this man's in his 70s. Like, it's unbelievable. And I remember when I first trained him, I was like, oh, I don't want to push him too hard. No, mate, he want you to push you hard, And obviously, equally, you don't want to push people too hard. You don't want to push certain people too hard either. It's got level ground, isn't it?
That is another thing as well, starting off as a PT. Don't go in there with the mindset of you're going to get clients and you've got to beast them every single session. You've got to really try and focus on teaching them certain movement patterns, teaching them certain things that are just going to benefit their life, basically. So not every client is the same as well. So that's what you've got to try and realise as well, and take into account that you start training someone, it doesn't make you a good PT because you can kill someone off in 10 minutes. It's how you change life over a period of time. So, yeah.
Oh, 100%. Oh, God. I had that mindset very early on. Yeah, and it's like, oh, cool, that killed me. And I was like, yeah, it did, didn't it? And I was sort of thinking, this is brilliant. But in essence, it was more so to the point where they were like, oh, well, it puts them off as well, doesn't it? That over-intense sort of training does put them off. The additional thing I want to add on as well, like my advice, is keeping an open mind, isn't it? Sort of, I think in my last job, I learned a hell of a lot. I was working amongst very good PTs. I'm not going to sort of badmouth them too much on here. Not too much now. But, I've worked alongside some really knowledgeable PTs, and I've taken in information they've had, but I've also questioned what they're saying and sort of, taken it away and sort of worked on it myself. And it is the open mind thing, I think, that really does push you above edge. And in terms of marketing, obviously, it's that the power of not giving a fuck, I think, is huge. Especially, my YouTube, for instance, I'd never have put my face on YouTube at all because I was too self-conscious about myself. I was too somewhat introverted. And then when it comes to YouTube, I'm like, nah, put on whatever. My last rant, for example, I would have done that.
Yeah. Mate, it's motivated me to start my own YouTube channel as well.
Yes, you do. 100%.
Hopefully in the summer, I might have you on a podcast on my channel.
Yes, please. That'd be dozy. I'd probably enjoy that. Probably do it in the studio there as well, if we're allowed to.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. All right, well, thank you very much for being a wonderful guest. First guest on the Peachy podcast. You basically made history. For those who didn't see, who probably can't see at the moment, I've got my own little mantra here. Don't worry, Mum, I'll put it back at the end. But no, thank you very much for your time. I hope everyone's enjoyed listening. Please leave feedback, comment, direct message me, share the things if you like, share the post if you like it, and hit me up. If you want to be a guest on my podcast, doesn't matter who you are, hit me up and I'll see if I can get you on. Thank you very much, everyone.
Can I just say one thing that I've always wanted to say?
Yes, please.
Guys, make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah, there you go. Love it. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate your time. See you guys in the next one. Peace.